There, at the far edges of the earth, where the sky bends to kiss the peaks of the Himalayas, where time itself seems to stand still and every breath turns into crystals of ice, a mystery resides, one that civilization has failed to tame. This is not merely a tale told to children on cold winter nights, but an entity that has imposed its presence on both geography and history. A being that chose silence in an age of noise and secrecy in an era of sleepless satellites. They call it the Yeti, the abominable master of ice, the guardian of paths no human foot has ever crossed. From the very moment humanity began recording its fears, the Himalayas have been a stage for massive shadows, moving swiftly across the slopes. For the Tibetan monks, living in monasteries suspended between the clouds, the Yeti is no illusion. They call it Meh-Te, a being that represents the wild spirit of the mountain itself. In their belief, it is not a monster in the physical sense, but a manifestation of untamed natural forces. They speak of a creature that walks with the dignity of giants, covered in thick fur the color of dark stone, with eyes that glow with an unfamiliar intelligence, one that neither resembles that of apes, nor reflects the cunning nature of humans. At the dawn of the 20th century, when the Western world set its sights on conquering the highest peaks, driven by an insatiable desire for dominance, it collided with a wall of mystery. In 1921, the expedition of Colonel Howard Berry returned with photographs that shook the Royal Geographical Society. Footprints shaped like those of a human, yet twice the size, deeply imprinted in untouched snow at an altitude of 21,000 feet. No known animal could survive such heights, and no logical explanation existed for barefoot humans walking through bone-crushing cold. From that moment on, the Yeti transformed from a local legend into a global obsession. Expeditions funded with vast resources set out in pursuit of it. From Edmund Hillary, the conqueror of Everest, to missions backed by major newspapers, each searching for the one image that could redefine biological history. Yet the mountain has always protected its secrets with pride. Every time cameras drew closer, the traces vanished into sudden fog, and whenever science believed it had grasped a clue, it found only hair samples or fragments of skin that left laboratories puzzled. Even in our modern age of DNA analysis and advanced genetic mapping, the Yeti remains elusive. While scientists suggest that some samples belong to Himalayan brown bears or ancient polar bear lineages preserved in ice, one fundamental question persists. How can these animals walk with such human-like posture? And how do they produce those haunting calls described by witnesses as a lost language, filled with tones of warning and sorrow? The true power of the Yeti legend lies not in its physical existence, but in our need for it. We live in a world where everything has been explained, categorized, and captured in high resolution. And in the process, we have lost the wonder of the unknown. The Yeti represents that gray area, reminding us that we do not know everything and that nature still holds forbidden realms beyond the reach of human understanding. It is a symbol of the wilderness, untouched by technology, a silent observer watching from above, reminding us of our smallness before the greatness of creation. In the end, as we journey through fog and ice, it does not matter whether we find the bones of the Yeti or not. What matters is the shiver felt by climbers, the unmistakable sense that something else is watching them from behind the rocks. The Yeti will remain the uncrowned king of the peaks, its voice echoing with every snowstorm, reminding us that some mysteries were never meant to be uncovered, and that the beauty of the search lies not in the destination, but in the journey itself. For in the silence of the Himalayas, truth is not spoken, it is felt.